Monky!
Oi. Poor old van couldn't quite make it. Ross,
How you doing?
we mustn't meet like this, man.
What have you done? Oh, that's a double pour.
It's hard to describe what it looks like right now. Hi. Good morning, Gigi.
Good morning.
Good morning, you lovely subscribers. It's 8 o'clock in the morning, and as some of you guys will know from Instagram, we are taking Georgie's RX-7 up to see Dragon Performance today. As you probably saw previously, Ross is pretty much the go-to man for RX-7s in the UK. I did a few videos with Ross before, which I'll link down in the video description, so if you guys want to check out some previous work we did with him, feel free. Once we finish with Ross, we're going to probably be down there for a couple of hours. Once we've done that, we're going to head to Cage Laser to pick up the JZX 100. This guy giving out sweets. I thought he's giving out, is he giving out, what's he giving out? I'm hungry. Oh, look at that, my man. Thank you. Thank you, my man. Very kind of you, dude. Very nice, very nom nom. Ross is actually super excited to check out your car because he knows it's got a wealth of really, really sick, high quality parts on it.
Yeah, it's always a good sign.
What, that Ross likes it?
Yeah, that they're excited when they bring you your car in.
And considering the amount of RX-7s he's actually seen.
Yeah.
Ross has been playing with RX-7s for literally about 20, 25 years. I'm not sort of saying he's really old. But he was one of the sort of first people to really start playing and tuning and modifying RX-7s back in the UK when they first started getting imported. Anyhow, as always, Mrs. Monky and I have a bit of a trek to crack on with. So we will see you down at Ross's in a bit.
Monky!
Oi.
What are you doing?
Hey, Monkey's got a wee, man.
I thought you were looking at the view.
We currently have a problem. I have literally got stuck with the van. I can't get up this hill and I can't actually reverse back. I've just given Ross a quick call. He's going to hopefully come up here. We're about 2 minutes away with a tow rope and a car. And Dexter's going to bring Dexter as well. Hopefully the dog can pull us up. This is where we got to. Pretty wet and it's really mossy and really slippery. And yeah, the poor old van couldn't quite make it. She's literally right next to this sort of grassy wall. It's not actually touching. If I go 1 more inch, it will be touching, so can't go any further. Yes. Ross,
How you doing?
we mustn't meet like this, man.
What have you done?
Look at this beast, man. It's proper sick. Old school Range Rover. Pretty custom by the looks of it. You're going to have the grips, Ross, to pull this off. I don't know, man. I think you need bigger tyres.
No, it should be right. Look, this is a custom little grab handle we put on here. Look at that attention to detail.
Is that when you shit yourself?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Right, let's see if we can get up. I think we are going to be alright because that thing looks pretty monstrous. Yeah. Ross for the win!
Dragon Performance!
Yeah, man, Dragon Performance, absolute legends. Perfect. Nice one, boys. Hey, Tiny.
So if you just started it, only a few minutes, you'd have a fuel pump switch to kill the fuel pump, but that's the power to the fuel pump there. So then the engine's running, the ignition's still banging, you cut the fuel, it runs out dry, and stop getting flooded. And also because you're running like colder plugs for more horsepower, more chance for it flooding.
Initial impressions on the car?
It's nice, really stunning. It's nice to see such a clean one.
Yeah, it was nice, isn't it, man?
Seeing loads of Still on the clean ones, yeah.
While the boys are just getting the car ready to go on the ramp, we'll have a quick little look in the workshop. Mate, it's like four-wheel drive paradise today.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Ross! What is that? What shape is this? It's not, because there was L322, there was P38. What's this one?
This is before the P38, the classic this is.
Let's just call it classic.
Yeah, and what we're doing, we're cutting this out and then we're going to lay in here some metal to get that cool kind of turbo look in. Got that Defender, that was a little bit of crash damage, roll cage, and putting that BMW 30D engine in it.
Oh, nice. The lads are just having a quick little look underneath the car, and I'll do exactly the same. I'll just run the camera down so you guys can have a good little look. It's very clean though, isn't it, man?
Yeah.
Full titanium exhaust as well.
Got solid diff mounts here and stuff.
Yeah.
So they're really good so it doesn't like send the shock through the wheels.
And then the lower arms like that, Ross, are they just standard items or are they?
Yeah, they're stock lower arms. There's not much to do on the front of the suspension, really.
Yeah, if you guys look up here, it's kind of almost very similar to the one you made on my FC.
Yeah, the principle's the same always. The air can go nowhere. They put a bit of foam just to stop it, but there's the intercooler. Yeah. That's the radiator, so the air comes in here because it's got to go through one or the other.
What's your stance on the lights on these? You prefer the original pop-ups or do you like these sort of these RE?
I don't know. I think when I first got into it, the pop-ups, you wanted the sleek ones because everyone had the pop-ups, and now it's
kind of gone wrong.
A little bit, yeah. I'd probably have this one because you got the duct, haven't you?
Yeah.
So this is the we do a diff and a gearbox. This is the gearbox one, but it's a similar. It goes under them braces between there and there.
Yeah. Turbo, I think, is a TD07 25G.
25G, yeah, same turbo used on RMM's time attack car that they held the record with for years.
Yeah.
So it's a really kind of medium-sized turbo, really good response.
Yeah.
So you've got loads of heat proof in here, which is really good because loads of people miss this. You've got your lower inlet manifolds all done, everything.
Injectors on this, Ross, they're 850s?
So they're 4 850s. So standard is 2 550s and 2 850s secondaries. So you've got 4 850s. I've done some mapping with them and the customer got about 450 horsepower maximum.
Yeah. Is that when you start getting too high a duty cycle on the injectors?
Yeah, it's about 85%. They start to pretty much go full. So I think on this you can get about 450, something like that.
So if you wanted to go a bit more, maybe 1000cc?
You could go 1000cc, or what we do a lot, we run like additional, or they call them tertiary, 2 more 850s, and then I wire that through the stock Power FC.
Okay, so effectively you have 6 injectors.
6 850s, yeah. It's similar to that drift car, the pink one. Oh, we've got like a little catch tank thing here. This is like an oil breather. Oh, there's another breather. So that one there, that's coming to here, then it's coming to here, and that line there is going right,
to the back.
To the diffuser. Yeah, without looking at it really perfectly, that's what I think it is. That's a SARD fuel pressure regulator. Yep. Careful of them on the internet, because they did start making them fake in China and like replicating them. No, it's crazy. They had exactly the same type of thing.
You've got custom pulleys?
Yeah, so that is, this is underdriving the alternator. And the water pump starts to cavitate at high revs. So when you get up to like 8,000, the water pump will actually start kind of being the opposite of what it should do. We've used one similar to this size, and then we've even made a bigger one than that again, for one that was like the car was revving up to 11,000 RPM. Yeah, so the rev limit is 8,300, the fuel cut, the idle. But if you want to look at, say you just bought a car and it's got a Power FC on it, you can go to injector, and you can look what size the injectors are in it. So say you got some Skyline just coming from Japan or whatever.
Perfect,
yeah, so that's quite useful. I don't know what...
Is there any way we can check out the sort of max duty cycle we've seen? Does it have those kind of...
We can't, because so when you're in monitor, and if you press the up one, it keeps your max there.
And then the fueling system, Ross?
We've got a Nismo in-tank pump that would be like a BNR32 Nismo one, and that feeds the swell pot, and then you've got the SARD pump inside there, so that's the real fuel pump that matters. The tank inside here fills up the swell pot. The fuel pump in here feeds the reg, but also coming back from the regulator and the injectors fuels this one as well. You've got a big fuel tank that's say, I don't know what, a metre in there, so when you're heavy cornering, the fuels will go into one side. So with this one, the fuel it can't really move, it's constantly full of fuel.
Yeah.
So for a circuit car with high Gs, you need that.
And I've had that problem in drifting in my S15 when we were just pulling Gs and the car starts to stutter because of fuel surge.
Yeah, see, with it, RX-7 it won't stutter, it'll just go bang. There's nothing, it will detonate, it's going to blow. Yeah. So that's why it's kind of cool to look at fuel systems on RX-7s and stuff, because they've got to get them so right.
So crucial.
Yeah, so crucial. There's no error.
What about getting rid of the wiper.
Do you want to just rip it off now? Or?
Not too right.
Well spotted.
I mean, you're never going to use it. Yeah, extra weightless.
Battery box, which is pretty neat, and there's a little cut-off switch on the side, which is nice.
Yeah, this is the thing. The Jacks do some nice ones. I think that is the relay there, that fuel pump, because of this white wire going in here. The brakes are really good in RX-7. I think in 90, well, it was released in 91, but 92 it was the fastest top in production car.
Really?
And that was just like an RX-7 compared to all these high-end Porsche and stuff.
Crazy,
yeah,
man. I believe on the front we've got RS calipers, which you said from a 99.
99, a bit larger, yeah. I mean, with these brakes, they're not actually technically bigger brakes as such. They're kind of stuff available on the standard cars.
Yeah.
But I just play it by ear. If you're not cooking the fluid and nothing like that, it's kind of a light car. So by putting stuff like big, heavy brakes on it, you feel it a lot. So I'd be a bit loath to do anything like that. I mean, and these guys have spent some serious money on this car. It's not like they couldn't afford to put big brakes on if they didn't want to.
From my research, Zimax are really sort of big on track. Track
you can tell it from like just the catch tank way and the way they're doing it and stuff like that, and the fuel setup.
It's been well engineered.
Yeah, well engineered. Yeah, it's kind of nothing's done to look cool or to impress people. It's just done to do a job.
For a purpose. What would it kind of cost to get an RX-7 to this point, excluding the cost of the car? I mean, now to get a clean standard RX-7, you're looking what, 15, 20 grand for a really nice one?
To deal with this, oh my god, crazy money, yeah.
30, 40,000 pounds over time?
You're looking at something like that because these parts are just, when you start looking, you're going to cry when you read the catalogue, yeah.
There's quite a lot of this sort of Auto X racing over the car.
Yeah, it's just kind of like that way to stiffen up the chassis. So you've got front and rear, top and bottom, just to make these things. Look at the way they go in. They made it to pick up on standard nuts and bolts everywhere.
So it connects up to the bulkhead.
Yeah, that's really cool, you know.
It does handle fantastically, man. It's really balanced, the steering response is really crisp.
Yeah, they do a standard anyway, so.
The only thing I've got to get used to is it's not a drift car, and it doesn't have drift car lock. And that's actually where the old mirrors went.
Yeah, so stop mirrors come off here, but I think they're cool.
Yeah, mirrors are lovely, aren't they? Quick look in the interior. And when you sit in it, you don't realise just how little metalwork there is either side of you. It's very cockpitty, this environment.
You do have a little bar through here. They put the spacers on the earth as well. You got a cool kind of cross brace and stuff. Yeah. The only stuff we've done with these before is we've like welded plates on here or in various places, then connected them into the bolts here. So almost stiffens up the whole chassis. You've got all your DEFI gauges in here.
Yeah, there's a little link meter down there.
Yeah, to control it all. I have to have a look where the EGT sensor is. The thing with an EGT, an EGT gauge isn't really great on a rotary. What you need is two, because you've got two rotors, and you put one in each side, and then you read them both. Because we're more looking. It's like when you look at plugs. Look for the consistency between the two.
Look at this, man.
Yeah.
Oh my
So if you've
God.
wondered how big dogs eat, this is it.
These are customers that don't pay. There you go, you got one for each of them.
One for each.
Look
Which
at
one's
that,
which?
Valentine's
I
bones.
don't know, I'll let you decide that. Get them to sit and give paw though, they've got it.
Oh,
Good
yeah,
paw.
already. This one? And this one?
Oh.
Oh, that's a double paw.
One that way. And one that way. Tiny.
Tiny, come on.
Have you seen
Tiny.
it?
Old Max Power.
It's kind of like when Max Power is around, it was kind of a bit naff, but now it's really cool. I started out, I was really into performance, and you'd have all the cars with like just stereos and stuff like that, and big. I remember like 20-inch wheels was insane, and I got them on my standard BMW now, and it was
crazy,
like,
isn't it? Yeah.
back then it was, well, I think he had to a fast car, he bought his car and he had the first 20-inch wheels on RX-7, and it was just like, what? 20-inch?
Yeah. And now
So
you
that
get-
was an achievement
now
back
you
then.
get 22s on an RS6.
I know.
It's in the new ones, they're like massive.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, like you got 21s, 22s, yeah.
That pretty much wraps up my time with Ross today. But next episode is actually going to be pretty exciting for the audience, isn't it? So we're going to have a look at mapping.
Yeah, I think we'll get the laptop out and we'll show people exactly what happens. We'll run through the revs, and it will give us air fuel ratios, and we'll say this is too lean, this is too rich. And they can see exactly what we see when we map one.
Because I don't know really, I haven't really sort of seen it.
No, I think it's that kind of black art, and I think it'd be cool when we show people a laptop, show what happened, show what we changed.
But yeah, Mr. Ross, thank you so much, man.
All right, buddy, cheers.
Always great seeing you, dude. Adrian, always good to see you.
Good, mate.
Thank you for rescuing
And
me
yourself.
earlier.
Yeah.
Adrian, Ross.
See you later.
See you later, guys. Bye, man. That was really cool seeing Ross and Adrian. Like I said before, they're a really, really nice bunch of lads. What a wealth of knowledge and information Ross and Adrian has. You know, they really do know what they're talking about. Hence, we've taken the RX-7 there and not anywhere else. Needless to say, Ross doesn't just work on RX-7s anymore. Like you've seen in there, you've got the Skylines, the Land Rovers, Lamborghinis. I don't think there's really many cars that Ross doesn't work on. Sat nav is saying ETA of 1 hour 18 minutes. So yeah, we will see you guys down at Cage for some JZX goodness. Right, we are just getting to Cage Laser. There was a little bit of traffic on the way, but I managed to turn round, ignore the sat nav, find my own way and save about 45 minutes. Cage Laser, hello. How you doing, man?
Yeah, not bad.
Oh, look at this. Really happy to get this back wheel. Now it's actually going on another path that you master, but shall we go through some of the gorgeous stuff you've done? These door cards. And you've got little cheeky things for the windows.
Yeah, both front and rear.
All powder coated?
Yeah.
Nice, man. Ah, it's nice how it sort of lips over the top as well. And these are available on the website?
Yeah.
My doors are going to be the same as your doors, so these are obviously going to work on a multitude of different JZXs. It just smartens up the interior so much when you've got that kind of all exposed shit in the door. It just doesn't look great, does it? Proper original JZX switches. Really happy with that wheel, thanks man. Cage is obviously still looking lovely. And Cage very kindly actually put an extra bar in for me, which goes from here. Obviously we're going to have to repaint it, which goes all the way across the dash. And then front bumper bar. You guys can't quite see it, I got it. Basically runs along the whole front of the car, and essentially that is just to kind of hold the bumper in place and make it sort of nice and rigid up front. If you guys want to put any comments in the comment section to let us know what kind of parts you'd like to see from Cage, obviously Will is happy to make most things. So if you guys have any sort of special requirements, feel free to chuck them down below. I'm sure Will will be monitoring the comments. Oh my god! Shall we show you the secret? What have you done to my car, man?
Topped it. It's more like a Corvette.
As you guys can see here, my S15 has dramatically changed. This gives you guys an idea of where we are going with the back end of my car. This is basically a fiberglass replica of the back of an S15 with a stock over fender, and that gives you guys an idea of what it will look like. So essentially the car will look no different to how it did before. The main difference is this is all easily replaceable, and the amount of clearance we've got now, man, Jesus, crazy.
Like
man.
before that was like, well, there you go.
That was actually the old mark of the original line where the tyre was touching, and yeah, difference now is ridiculous. And these are my widened ones, so we'll actually cut those out and fit those to those just like you would on a regular wing. It's hard to describe what it looks like right now. It looks like something out of Mad Max.
I quite like it.
I think it looks cool. Should we just not run a rear end?
Yeah, to be fair, me and Ben were talking, we were like...
As well as the awesome JDM list you guys can see here, we also have a Triumph Herald.
Yeah.
I can see it, it says it on the back, so that wasn't too bad. And he's obviously a Monky fan. Woo! Yeah man, Monky London. It looks like proper like sort of old school race car, doesn't it? Like, sort of like Herbie era. Yeah. Mate, that's so cool, isn't it? So like, fuck all these error catches and shit you get now. Back in the day it was about the leather buckles, man, yeah. Oh, look at that cheeky little wooden steering wheel, wooden dashboard. Notice the cheeky Dugget sticker as well. Cool. Ooh, what's that? I can see we've got Midsize car over there.
Vauxhall Magnum.
Yeah, it is a Vauxhall, isn't it?
Genuine 1970 to 1978 rally car.
Do you remember in the old sort of touring car days when they were making roll cages out of wood? Just to sort of show they visibly had one, but they were made of wood.
Yeah.
I mean, safety was out the window back then, wasn't it?
It was only 2 years in rallying, I think. 78 and 79, they tried aluminium cages. And then
crazy.
They went, no, that doesn't work.
Nah, it's just like chocolate, isn't it?
Yeah.
Have you seen the atrocity on the bonnet?
I have.
That is someone's butthole, and that is someone's eye. What's the 15 back down here for?
So we're just adjusting the door bar. He's finding that he's hitting his elbow a little bit.
Okay. Little bit of John action. Fair play. Good lad, Mr. Mitto. Fair play to him though for sort of getting out there and making it a bit different. I think it's pretty different.
Yeah.
And I love how he does like the reverse graphics on this side. That's actually something to do with like the reflection's meant to be like bad morale or something. I can't.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, apparently the Japanese do it for some sort of spiritual reason, I think.
I just think it looks nice. Like.
I'm probably chatting absolute shit, so if you do know why they have reverse side stickers on one side, please feel free to put a comment. Will just gave me part of the aluminium cage out of that Vauxhall. Man, I mean, you can just look at it. Literally,
it's crazy.
It's feather light, man. That is cool. What's that?
So it just washes our parts. So we'll chuck in these wheels just before they go for powder coating, cleans all the grease off and everything.
Like a massive dishwasher.
Yeah.
That's prim. That pretty much completes our little tour of Cage for today. I'm going to be popping back to see Will in about 3 weeks to film the fabrication on the S15. For now, I think we should get this beast in the trailer. And that is proof that a JZX humongous drift boat fits inside a race sport trailer. Mr. Will,
take it easy,
I'll let you go home to your missus.
Yeah.
If she does have a go at you, Monky says sorry. Mrs. Gigi and I are now going to head off back. We've got about a 2-hour mission left to go, so not too bad. Next week I'm going to be swapping the JZX for the Mazda RX-7 FC to get a full standalone ECU. Will, love you lots, man. See you later, geez. Big shout out to Cage, man. Absolute stars. They've done some really sick work on that. You haven't seen my S15, have you?
No.
You're going to have to look at it in the video.
I couldn't.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed this cheeky little episode. Massive thanks to Mrs. Gigi for keeping me company.
No worries.
Absolute legend as always. Bye from me.
Bye from me.
Bye from young lady, and we look forward to seeing you guys soon.